first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated actress you know from critically acclaimed shows like Russian Doll and Orange is the New Black. She stars in Poker Face. New episodes of the second season premiere Thursdays on Peacock. Let's take a look.
Feeling pretty good. Oh, no big, huge deal, but I even quit smoking, and that was kind of my whole scene. Yeah, I switched to vaping. Techno cotton candy. It's delicious. You shouldn't know that. Anyway, no one really knows if it's healthier, but hey, vice is spice of life. What else are we doing on this great trip to nowhere? No one knows. We do know how it ends. At the end, it ends the same for each of us, I guess. Buy the ticket, take the ride, right? Who knows, might even run for sheriff of Aspen. I see my Hunter S. Thompson references are lost on you, and that's a shame. That's why we need to keep books in Florida libraries. It's very important.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Natasha Lyonne! You're having a week of looks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Met Gala week in New York
Met Gala
City.
week. A lot of people after the Met, you know, they sort of sartorially come back to Earth, but not you. You're still flying high.
I'm flying high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to take it all the way to JetBlue tonight.
JetBlue. Let's look at this Met look. It was absolutely, you were fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, you're an Upper East Side kid, grew up here in the city. Did you, I imagine when you went to the Met back in the day, if you did, you weren't dressed like this?
No, that was my school uniform. It was a private school. Yes, the Lady Godiva School of the Upper East. Unfortunately, I was a scholarship kid, which is not great. It's the wrong side of the tracks. Maybe you've seen Slums of Beverly Hills. Too late to plug. Not why I'm here, but it's a wrong, you know, because it's a York Avenue. Not Park Avenue Mansion.
Yeah.
$1,500 a month rent for me and my mom.
Okay.
And they let me know it. Boy, they did at that school. I really, I would go to the Egyptian wing, you know, outside.
At the Met,
by the glass.
Yep.
And sit in Central Park, smoke a joint in the morning.
Okay.
Get existential. I was a philosophy
This was your
kid.
morning commute to school?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'd walk around. You know, it's nice in Marble. If you haven't been, check it out. And when I get to school, because, you know, it's on 78th between Park and Madison, and, well, it's an elevator building. It's not, you know, a suburban school. You reek of weed. Reek of it. Yes, and so going there was a great trial. I have so many memories.
Did you ever have to figure out ways to smoke weed where the smell was not as noticeable?
Now, Seth, I know that's a leading question, and it's worth it.
Great.
So, does anybody remember this from youth? Like a paper towel, the inside cartridge. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, these are things you don't see much anymore. Remember, like this one?
Yeah.
So, it was a paper...
kids aren't doing this anymore.
What happened to this?
What happened to this? Everybody used to do this.
Everybody was doing this all the time before the internet. But yeah, you would put the cardboard roll, and then you put a little fabric softener and a rubber band. You smoke the pot in the girls' bathroom, and you blow it out through the thing.
Yeah.
It works impeccably. Nobody knows.
Now, the key, though, is you got to put it back in your bag, because if you're walking around the school with that, everybody knows what it's for.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, she has fabric softener and a cardboard dowel.
Yeah, I did get expelled, if you're wondering. And that's okay. NYU skipped me a grade. They asked me to be alumni years later.
That's nice. They asked you to be an alumni?
No, thanks. Yeah. I said, I got the idea.
Did you?
Yeah.
What is it like? Because getting out of the Met Ball is a madhouse. It is. You've never seen more famous people like sort of waiting.
No.
Ever in your life.
Yes.
Did you find any? You find a way out of there? Okay.
I also told you about this before.
Yeah.
So you know the guy from The Bear.
Do you want me to just keep saying say the next part?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't mind. I know you well enough that I'm happy to be.
No,
prompted.
I'm happy too.
Just
it's
to
just
say,
you know.
this conversation could have evolved organically.
Okay.
Given our history.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know,
we would have got here eventually. It just would have taken a whole lunch, and you had places to be.
Yes. But we have known each other for, what, 25 years?
Yeah, we're doing 25 now.
I think it might be 30. I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
That's why I got to start kicking it out. You know, keep 30 Rock awake. So Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah,
right?
The Bear.
Turns
Yeah.
out the two of us are definitely no more than 5'8", let's say.
Okay.
And so we just walked right out of there, moved the gate, because, you know, I'm
Yeah.
a city kid.
Right.
And all the cars are coming, and nobody noticed. We just blended right into the city, walked home. It was so much quicker.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you and Jeremy Allen White.
I don't even know the guy. I mean, then I was like, peace out. Maybe I'll see you at an after party.
Wow.
Yeah, nice walk.
So New Yorkers were just fully missing the two of you
And
walking together.
Nobody cared.
Oh my God.
Nobody cared.
New York City, baby, best city in the world.
Guys, you know, De Niro says that.
Yeah. Does De Niro say he doesn't get recognized?
De Niro is like, you know, I'm a professional, so, you know, Tribeca. He owns Tribeca. I own the East Village, if you're wondering, De Niro.
Yeah.
And so he says, yeah, if, like, he wants to get, you know, a nice seat at a restaurant, he's like, hey, De Niro's here. But if he wants to just walk around Tribeca, he just kind of blends into the...
Yeah, it's very
concrete.
nice, yeah.
Yeah, they call that acting.
I got more to ask you. We'll be
Yeah.
right back with Natasha after this. We're back with Natasha Leone. Congratulations, season 2 of Poker Face. Very exciting.
Thank you.
Fantastic show.
Thanks.
For those of you who don't, know, you're solving murders. You have a skill. You can always tell when people are lying.
Yes, I do, Seth.
In real life too.
Mm-hmm.
You play a former casino worker. Do you enjoy the casino setting?
I do because it's a smoking section.
Yeah.
I
You're
don't
holding
know.
on to smoking.
Me? I held off and I held back. I thought that the vapes were suspicious. You
Yeah.
saw it in there.
Yeah.
I had a hand in writing that one, and you know
Yeah.
I like Hunter S. Thompson, and I love books.
Yeah.
But the vape came into play really because I was not smoking.
Right.
By the end of the season, it was so much of that weird rave blinking light. Anyway, thankfully, a new study has come out that smoking is good for you.
Okay, now.
So
And you believe this study? You've dug into the data?
I have a radar for BS, as they say. Officially, I'm method.
And this one seems okay to you. You think like smoking's officially good for us now?
And gambling. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
wow.
Yes.
That's so good. It's so
Yeah.
nice to hear somebody supporting two of those things.
Spice is spice of life. Spice of life.
You were at the SNL 50th. And
was.
you were in this final scene, and this is an incredible mise en scène
Yes.
of everybody. But you said you were hard to see.
Oh, you think? Well, you see, there's Adam Driver, and that's
Yeah.
a large hot dog, isn't
Yeah.
it? And what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Who is that? Zelig?
Yeah. You got caught. You got caught in hot dog shadow.
Yes, and a hot dog shadow. And this guy, no sympathy at all, just because Mulaney and Freddie, they said, you know, day of, oh, it's a New York thing, you should probably be in this. You're a guardian angel, came up. Adam Driver says, well, that's what blocking is for. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he was saying that
He's going
if
down.
you'd been at rehearsal, you would have known to be out of the hot dog
and
shadow.
I was like, babe, take it easy. You know, but luckily, this gentleman over here,
Right, Bill Murray. There's a couple of
minch
legends.
of a guy.
Yeah.
As soon as I walk out, he says, Natasha, you saved the show.
He told you you saved the show?
You saved the show, SNL 50.
He told you this?
Yes.
He told you this saved the show.
I will say that, you know, thanks to whatever, let's call it 8 years in the biz, but thanks to a long time, I could tell I wasn't on camera. It's this old trick, you know, if you can see the camera, it can see you.
Yeah. And you had no idea where the camera was.
I said, thanks, Bill. I said, thanks. But that was very fun. I mean, it was an extraordinary show. It was really
It was
moving.
special.
It was
moving.
really beautiful.
It was. And I think for, you know, people are connected to the city even more so. And it was very cool and it was fitting to have you in the New York sketch.
Yes, and it was an honor to almost essentially not be there.
Yes.
And
You were the most not there of anyone there.
Anyone there.
Yeah.
I was the most there. And that was an honor. But it is really, I mean, it's the fun, the thrill of the whole thing.
The thrill of the thing. You never
A
know where you're going to be.
beret out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You guys know what guardian angels are? They're very hip.
You got to, you filmed, I not say got to, but obviously you're a New Yorker. You give off a real city vibe, but you shot a lot of season 2 of Poker Face in upstate New York. How do you like upstate?
How do you like Lyme disease, Seth?
Yeah. It is really. It does seem like it's flourishing up there.
Yes, I think it's sketchy as heck. And,
Just the entirety of the upstate.
what do you need it for?
Yeah.
because, you know, there's a lot of trees, sure, but also the roadkill is out of hand.
Yeah.
So I don't love that, but anyway, Judy Ray is a production designer who does something uncanny. You know, the writers, and this is Ryan Johnson's show, who's brilliant.
Fantastic writer.
But it really, every week is its own movie with its own guest star, and they're kind of standalone. I don't know if you guys have seen Columbo or something, maybe.
Yeah,
and
it's
so,
great.
but she really has to turn 4 trees and 27 ticks into any number of places. It's extraordinary.
And so the ticks are basically background actors.
They are,
Yeah.
yes. And
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and tick checks are mandatory throughout production.
That's the new COVID test, is the tick check.
Oh, that's right, because John got bed bugs.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's spoken about it. We don't need to get into it.
We don't
Time
have to get
short.
it. But he did get it on your set.
He thinks.
Okay.
Yes. But I think maybe there were just 3 incidental red dots, and he's fine. I
Yeah.
think he was overreacting. I'm
Yeah,
not
I think
afraid
3 dots is not enough to start
Well,
screaming
they say
bed bugs.
it is, because it's the 3 red bumps that indicate the bed bug.
Oh,
Yes.
so now you've swung completely around in the course of 1 minute to he definitely had bed
Sure,
bugs.
but, you know, the sheer joy of telling him that they must just be a little bit of a
Random red dots,
hypochondriac
yeah.
was worth it.
Well, it's a great show. The bed bugs are great. The ticks are
thank
great.
you.
You're
And
fantastic.
We have so many guest stars.
Yeah, who else you got?
Bed bugs, guest stars. Mulaney, Cynthia Erivo, Ellie Shawkat, Method Man.
It's,
I mean, Melanie Linsky. Yeah.
I'm so glad it's back. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, this is Natasha Leone.
Thanks, guys.
Poker Face streaming now. Peacock, and be right back with Ben Mendelsohn.
Thank you.